Deadpool and Wolverine.
Let's fucking go.
Released on July 26th, 2024, directed by Sean Levy, starring Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. Spoilers, I will be discussing spoilers in this video. Please, for the love of God, watch this movie if you have any interest. If you like Marvel, if you like the Fox movies, if you like the old X-Men movies, if you like any of that stuff, I promise you you'll have a good time and you'll appreciate that you went in blind. Have fun, go see the movie, and enjoy. But if you have seen the movie and you do want to know what I think about it, watch on. This movie is almost a miracle. Hugh Jackman officially retired a long time ago when his movie Logan came out, which was supposed to end the character in the franchise. And yet, here we are today, Deadpool and Wolverine, which kind of goes fittingly with the Deadpool character, as Deadpool also had a rough time. But now we're here, and we have this incredible movie. I loved it. It was a great time. I think the overproduction of Marvel content nowadays helps people forget the fact that Marvel does know what they're doing, at least most of the time. Especially with the X-Men, it seems like, because X-Men 97 is one of my newest favorite Marvel things of recent. And I was worried about this for a small moment, but I had faith, and yes, it paid off, because Wolverine is back, and I mean he's back. With a cherry on top of a really fun sequence where Deadpool is looking for the right Wolverine to pick, Hugh Jackman is just as good as he was in X-Men from the 2000s. The beginning of this movie sets the tone so perfectly. I was laughing and having such a good time. I would divide this movie into two separate parts, one being the Deadpool and Wolverine buddy cop movie, which is some of my favorite stuff. There's a great scene in a car. It's so awesome. And the other part is the warranted and obvious Marvel multiverse stuff. I'm not usually a fan of this stuff. I would say Marvel has done more, let's say, less interesting than interesting with this concept. But with movies like Spider-Man No Way Home and shows like Loki, it's clear that they're able to do it, and this movie falls in that category beautifully. All of the multiverse, cameo, crazy stuff feels so earned, it's exciting, it's fun, and it all feels justified within the plot. Of course it's fan service, but sometimes fan service can be great, and I think it's used perfectly here. And then all of this mixes about halfway through the movie into this awesome, exciting plot that explodes like fireworks. I can't wait to watch this movie again. Something that I wasn't expecting, but also half expecting going into this movie, is how much of a perfect goodbye / love letter this is to the Fox movies. Fox has had a crazy time with this X-Men concept. They've had some absolute bangers, they've had some absolute and it's so much bigger, and this movie reminds you of the giant library that they've been able to produce. Everything from past or forgotten franchises to canceled projects to even some fan casting, which Marvel has actually referred to before. It's something for everyone, and this movie does such a great job making this feel like such a beautiful love letter to those movies. This movie is made for the fans, and I say that knowing that some bits are a little bit difficult to access if you don't know what they are. There are some characters that would come out of nowhere and you're like, what? But again, this movie, it's built up on so many different other movies, and there's so much backstory that you could go into it with, but also it's a little bit accessible. It's accessible enough, I guess. I think you can have a great time. It's incredible that we've been able to get something like this. The action is non-stop thrill ride, especially that giant action scene in the end. The scenes between Deadpool and Wolverine are just so filled with so much intrigue. It's hard to not love. As far as spoilers and stuff goes, the only one that I will say, my favorite one was Blade. I loved seeing Wesley Snipes back, and he said the thing. I'm so excited to see what's next. I think this movie was brilliant. I think it's a great first step in the MCU of mutant related movies. I'm so excited to see where this goes, but I'm also just happy to have this movie at all. It's tight, it's exciting, it's hilarious, it's a great standalone, perfect for the first time in the MCU movie. I would give this movie 5 let's fucking go out of 5. Also, just a small note right before I head out. I've seen a lot of negative reviews for this movie, or not a lot, but I've seen quite a few, and it's all valid, but I only get upset when it seems that some people are just looking for a reason to complain, rather than going in with an open mind. You don't have to enjoy this movie, but you don't have to tell me what I'm enjoying is garbage. You don't have to tell me that Martin Scorsese hates everything that I'm watching, because he doesn't, and you're reading too far into it. I had a great time, and I hope that you do too, but if you don't, that's okay. Everybody's allowed to love and like whatever movie that they want to like. Plus, Disney doesn't matter because this is going to make like $15 billion, so who cares?